At 168 pounds, former two-time 168-pound belt holder David Benavidez lost the one title after testing.
Reckless Ellis. David Benavidez in charge. Now to give instructions, Johnny Callis.
Above all, obey my commands at all time. First command is right now, touch gloves. When the bell rings, come out and box. Good luck.
Professional experiences is his 300th professional bout. Taking on the undefeated David Benavidez. 20 the bell, and round one, Benavidez in the red with black and gold, Ellis in the black with white trim, and of course his nickname is a red flag. Yeah. But it's Ellis pushing the pace early.
Ellis believes in
ring walk from Benavidez, and I see the eyes, locking Ellis right now before the
round knockouts. Last one against Felipe Romero back in November 2015. So has the competition been harder for Benavidez to get the early stoppages, and it's Ellis right now working on Benavidez along the ropes. Benavidez took the Toledo at over 250 pounds, started boxing at 13. There's a left hand that scores for Benavidez.
Combination punching offense going.
And of course, in his last fight, Benavidez missed weight, but Ellis missed weight in his last fight as well. Planned him against Matt Korobov, and Korobov may be the most snake-bitten fighter in boxing. During camp for this fight.
Yeah, it's intriguing, isn't it? Because that's the man that Benavidez.
Anyone in the sport, I think, the biggest money maker in the game.
I'm pretty sure there are some 147 pounds.
I'm like, Ellis is using his jab, it's in the beginning. First round, this second round is
the left hook by Benavidez and misses with this sweep. Tries to gauge the distance. There's a body shot by
Benavidez lands. He lands super middleweight division. We haven't seen evidence of that yet, but he'll get that punch unlimbered before this fight's done.
Left hooks by Benavidez. That right hand manages to sneak through the guard for Ellis, but Benavidez now both of them.
Kind of firefight that Benavidez usually loves, and it's creating a little excitement here in round two.
He says Benavidez Ellis back.
And he said there's a nice left hook to the body and the right hand. Instead of a knockout in the ring, he actually gets more a knockout punch.
Yes, I would rather love that.
There's a sweet sound of these punches by Benavidez on Ellis.
Watch with both men doing some things offensively.
Ellis has never been down as a pro. Ellis flashing the jab, leads with the right, and there's that hand speed. Counter right hand, a short right, and there's Benavidez beginning to avoid Ellis's shots at Benavidez.
And we see Benavidez. I mentioned that he lands more jabs. Benavidez would be impressive. Ellis missing. Benavidez getting ready to launch his own shots, and there you see the four-punch combination.
In the work at Big Bear. The last time he trained at Big Bear.
Cheryl Mamajov and some good fighters that made him battle-tested.
And Ronald Gavril, who he beat to win his title. He was knocked down in that fight, the only time he's been down. And, of course, he then became a two-time champion against Anthony Durrell, but now he's beginning to put it on.
Well, if we keep getting exchanges like that, it's going to be fun to watch, but Benavidez now landing some big power punches.
It's becoming so far really fun fight to watch. And he's landing most of them.
And I hear a symphony of leather here at the fight sphere.
Is down, moving forward.
He's got to start going back to that instead of just moving backward.
There's a lead right cross by David Benavidez, who is backing up again because of Benavidez. Comes in with that left hook. There's a counter right by Ellis. Under 30 seconds left in the third. Double jab by Ellis. Now leaning in, and he almost ate that right uppercut. Both fighters throwing round. A great round for the former two-time 168-pound champion. All right, I talked about hearing a symphony of leather.
You see what I'm saying?
Training Ronald Ellis for some time.
Benavidez, of course, trained by Sam Aaron, the assistant who really they've credited with getting Benavidez in shape. Wait again, and of course, Abner, as Ellis comes back with a right hand. David Benavidez, not the first fight. Restrictions here at the Fight Sphere isn't the easiest.
Yes, he's left. And we'll likely see that again.
Past the midpoint of the fourth round, the ropes trying to absorb this offense from Benavidez, and Ellis
back on a regular basis.
Speaking of firing, there's some fire to the body by David Benavidez, and in many ways Ellis acquit himself well, wants to move up the pecking order. And again, under 30 seconds left here in the fourth, the jab, and there's a counter right by Benavidez.
But we haven't seen that in this fight yet.
Right uppercut by Ellis, and then uppercuts on the inside by Benavidez. And Ronald Ellis, we've come to the end of 4 rounds at the Fight Sphere.
Nice. And then once you go in, let's attack.
I like what Ellis is doing. He's a little bit to Benavidez, and he has him thinking with that. And great jab. We got to go back.
All of us look forward to the days when we have an audience back in the arenas, but a fight like this
right now. Great body work. Great
clipped,
jab.
Yeah, clipped Benavidez, but then Benavidez chopping.
Ellis is thinking before he throws his 1-2, and Benavidez trying to see where to land the jab and then go to the body.
Ellis puts himself on the ropes, eats a combination from Benavidez, pivots, and now Benavidez scores for Benavidez. The jab, and ooh, nice counter jab by Ellis.
And they're both open.
Good exchange here in the final seconds of the fifth. Let's go to Steve.
To me, he wanted, in an interview, that he wanted to stay in 168 and make as many big fights as you possibly could before.
And there we see the good work from Ellis jab, but it's always Benavidez who goes in there and always finishes with the combination.
Against one of the best at 168.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. Remember, Benavidez said he would have him out before round 6 and time to go here in round 6.
But you have to like the countenance, the attitude.
Yes, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And I've been saying this since the last round. I think back.
And yet he is in the line of fire. Benavidez putting it on him now with these body shots. Left uppercut, but Ellis is in our opener, but Ellis there feeling the power of Benavidez and then trying to hold us at the right distance here, Abner. He is teeing on Ellis.
Yeah, he definitely is teeing off. He's landing those inside punches, the uppercuts.
Remember, Ellis has never been down as a pro, and showcasing we get into the second half of this 12-round affair.
You cannot. Jake.
Well, we'll see some examples of some of them, and a lot of them were power-packed as he got Ellis on the ropes. And later on, even more success for him as he kept ripping those right hands to the head of Ellis, who kind of turned
in that fight. Ellis achieved almost perfect balance, throwing 398 jabs, 300.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to land the right as much as he wanted, Ellis.
Now we got Benavidez, cornering him, backing him up with those inside punches. Those are the best ones, especially when you have a fighter.
He comes back with activity and he comes back with accuracy, and that's been the difference.
To the body. He told us, and now, of course, through the jab and the body shots, and yet doing a good job of headhunting here as well.
Benavidez has increased the number of jabs.
And I like what Steve Farhad said. Yeah, Benavidez will let you, throw a few shots, but he'll come back with something that
he'll come back with his own. Oh, beautiful.
Solid right hand by David Benavidez, 45.
Doing a little bit of following just, Ellis instead of cutting the ring.
Break, step back, don't punch, let go.
You see him, those are two monstrous jabs, and he continues jabs per round than any other super middleweight. And he uses the jab there to set up the right hand. Some big power punches against Ronald Ellis and follows up with a lead right hand. So
he just turned 24 this December 17, I believe. And he's got a lot of growing to do, and he's doing fighter. He's maturing. I mean, it's not easy. And, he had all those fake friends, those people that were just you know, turning them.
Even though Ellis is still fighting back.
Oh, what a left hand hook to the body out.
What does he do offensively?
Wow, there it is again. Lead left hook and a right cross.
That body shot hurt him. He's got to throw it again. That body shot definitely hurt him.
Right uppercut, another uppercut, and now David
Ronald Ellis has held together and not gone down. And he's still fighting back, which is astonishing.
30 seconds. Ronald Ellis maybe earned it. 20 seconds left in the 8th.
And Ellis just landed a very nice right hand. It just didn't do anything to
seconds of the 8th. Ellis finds himself along the ropes.
We're not going to let you get. The concern about Ronald Ellis in that corner by the ring officials is because of this. I mean, he took so many shots.
Respect here for doing what he can. He's trying to acquit himself as well as can be expected, and he's taking a lot of punishment, and yet here he is, Al. He's still game in round 9.
Yeah, Ronald Ellis is a fighter who's superior to him, and that's really all.
Abner Benavidez, ring IQ on display as well.
He throws every punch with power. It's not. He sets a nice, beautiful body punch there. He's trying to go for it again, but he's not satisfied with just the body.
Capitulate.
He will not go away quietly.
No.
Yes, but he still wants to fight. But at the end of the day, I think he
again the responsibility of the corner and how much they care for their fighter. Courage, Shabalala telling him respect. He is earning respect he's earning a beating as well from David Benavidez. It's the nature of the beast.
Take those headshots, so you got to punt, fire.
Are they keeping your hand? Tell me.
Ellis has never been 12 rounds in his career. He's been 10. Benavidez is 2-0 over 12.
Almost, right hand is. I want to call that jab a right hand, even though it's a left. It's always the powerful one. But in this case, Benavidez has both hands that are power.
Benavidez again attacking the body.
David Benavidez a lot of times squares himself up, but he doesn't get hit in that posture a lot, which is interesting.
You know what it is? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Abner.
He's landing.
Based on what you've seen up to this point, Abner.
I think the only thing is cut off the ring a little bit more. He is
left hand by Benavidez.
Yeah, you could almost forget to praise the body work by Benavidez. He's done a superb job to the body as well.
And again, testament to under 30 seconds left here in round number 10. Ellis corner wants him to, of course, the basics on display, courtesy of El Bandera Roja. David.
It looked like they were going to go well for Ellis. He was using the jab. By the end of the round, it was Benavidez again landing that right hand.
Division, and well, Ronald Ellis, he's going to have to dig it down deep as he's been doing throughout the fight, although his corner does, because they've warned him before. If he continues to take
Ronald Ellis, so this is uncharted. Of course, won earlier this evening by knockout. He was the one that Ellis beat to win the Golden Gloves championship. So
and a big win for Terrell Gauthier to kick off the night, and a big display. David Benavidez' technique here in round 11, Abner. He is hitting the body, the head. He is just strafing, watching very intently with Ellis pinned in the corner, and now Benavidez unloading on Ronald Ellis, and Ellis, the veteran.
Indication that we're getting ready for the end of this match.
Ronald,
man, he is fighting fire with fire, and you got to be careful.
He learned a lot from this fight. He showed a lot. He showed heart. I'm not saying he's not.
And you're absolutely right, Abner. And in boxing especially, a loss is so devastating when really it should be a more and more learning experience. Ronald Ellis has earned his bones tonight.
Losing this fight means his career's over. Yes.
Great stoppage by the referee. Is going to fight it, but what a performance by David Benavidez. And you know what, Ronald Ellis?
Great performance.
And still undefeated, El Bandera Roja, David Benavidez.